Hey, what's up? What up, YouTube? My fan base, my people, my viewers, my procrastinators, my doers. Well, I came on here to kind of talk about different things, and one of the first subjects that I wanted to address moving forward into 2015 is really more so something I have to address with the younger generation. I had my cousins come over for the holidays, and the things that I noticed they were into kind of giving me an idea as to where things may be going as far as the future generations are concerned. Now, one thing that I thought was a little unusual was the amount of violence. Well, other than video game violence, of course. I was just like watching videos about punching and kicking and fighting and all that stuff. I mean, seriously, it's like three categories. It's either public humiliation, physical altercation, or self-gratification. One of those three things is what kids are doing nowadays, and I just thought it was a little unusual that the spectrum of ways to participate with the world are kind of narrowing as we move forward. It's like digital, mediums are being used to exchange information and ideas that are the dumbest fucking things ever, twice. And I just don't understand how is it that we could, as a society, continue to bombard children with technology, even though they haven't completely developed their social skills for their basic infrastructure of interactions for the rest of their lives. It's like, how do you do that? Now, my solution to it, if I were to be able to make any type of changes in that area, it would definitely be to keep technology out of the hands of kids. And not all technology, but essentially give children the ability to contact their parents 24/7. Whether it be by cell phone or by anything like that. But as far as games and stuff go, as far as social media and stuff goes, I have to say, make sure that your kid has the proficient abilities to exist in their environment before they go into a digital environment, because they're very two different places, and I'm noticing that more people are forsaking the reality that we live in for the imaginary world that we want to be in. And one of the main issues that I've seen with this particular thing is echo chambering. Now, when you hear that, of course, you might be able to understand it, but for those who don't, I'm going to make a slight explanation as to what it is. Echo chambering is when basically you surround yourself with people who agree with you and completely stunt your ability to understand different opinions, stunt your ability to respect other opinions. It also ruins your ability to respect other people's opinions, and it also destroys your ability to critically analyze what you're hearing and understanding, and being able to kind of tailor it to your personal strengths and weaknesses to kind of move forward and progress in life. Basically, once you're in an echo chamber, that's it. That is it. And one of the key symptoms of echo chambering, in my opinion, is grouping. Everybody wants to be a part of this group, a part of that group, a part of the other group. And these things are seen in playgrounds all over the place. They're seen in lunch areas all over the place. Wherever there's kids to be found, there's all kinds of division. But as we look at adulthood and we look at becoming more mature, we understand that once we go somewhere, we are to be very perceptive of our surroundings and understanding of what's going on to better operate within these areas. Now, one of the things that I have had problems with was kind of not forcing myself on other people as far as like what I like and what I like to do. I'm a me type of guy. But this is more so about you guys. I'm talking about you guys. It's not necessarily from my perspective. I have to consider myself a very neutral individual because I have no wants for either side of the argument as far as it's too much or too little, or should or shouldn't. Now, it all starts for kids when they're very young, because they're trying to fit into their social environments the best way that they can, and it's not an easy task, because Parents, they think they have the best advice, but it's like each generation has its own environment that they respond to that causes them to develop differently and perceive things differently, and it essentially creates like a whole nother language. There's how things were when you were a kid that age, then there's how things are when that kid was that age. There are, of course, universal principles that are never going to change. There are universal, rules and ideas, and it's never going to change. Homework, be friends with the right people. That's all basics. But as far as the intricacies of how different things are, it's up to that kid to kind of learn and proceed forward the best way that they can. And the best way that they can move forward is by looking around them, not just to their friends that they like or friends that agree with them. And that's what kind of being an adult is like. You have to take into account everything that's going on around you. Pay attention to your environment, learn from your environment, understand the advantages and disadvantages between operating a certain way. And I'm just seeing this type of critical thinking falling at the wayside as things move forward. Kids go on YouTube, they'll click on a video, and 20 other different channels that have the same similar content pop right up to kind of trap them into the avenue that they kind of set out on, and they don't have the opportunity to branch out and understand more complex and new ideas. And essentially, what I'm noticing with the digital element as far as social development goes, it's kind of like a religion. Like, seriously. Like, if you look at how often monks pray when they're just walking around, and, not that I've ever seen or even met a monk, but as far as the stereotypical medial portrayal of monks, we see them walking around all praying all the time, like, hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And it's like, if he had a cell phone, he would fit right in with everybody else. If he just looked at the phone, just like, because that's just how we were starting to look. And I'm noticing that this is a dangerous and very destructive thing, because once people stop their ability to blend into their environment, they open themselves up to what I like to call indoctrination. Now, this of course is nothing new, but on a digital scale it's different, because this indoctrination is a self-inflicted indoctrination with very slight influences kind of layering themselves on top of you to a point where you'll agree with some bullshit just to fit in with whatever group you've created around yourself that is essentially your echo chamber. So what you originally thought was going to give you the freedom to express yourself any way you want and be received how you want, you essentially have crippled yourself into making your ability to reach out to just not just people who agree with you, but to reach out to everyone. When you lose that ability, you're essentially a robot, It's like your credibility is out the window because everybody's dividing themselves up in these little groups. And the reason why they're monitoring Facebook and YouTube and all this digital content is to basically kind of categorically indoctrinate us and tailor their bullshit to our personal disposition as far as the world goes. And this isn't a good thing, people. I mean, look at the different political movements that have kind of had a digital presence that a lot of people want to do hashtag campaigns for, like the Gamergate or feminists or MGTOW or let's see here, pretty much more than I can count off the top of my head. They have an online presence, but they're not open and receptive to interesting and innovative new ideas in order to build off of each other and enhance themselves. They close themselves off to their little box. They have their little interwar campaigns or whatever, the little civil wars. They have their little civil divisions. They have their own branch offs. They have their own little cells all over the place. But what is getting done essentially is nothing. And I'm just seeing the kids are following into the path where actually making viable solutions to daily problems is not going to be something they can do as well as we have in our day and age. I mean, I don't want to sound like a pessimist, but it seems like the issue of idiocracy is very true. The theory of de-evolution is proving itself every day, and we as people bringing in the new generation should really help them enjoy what's going on in their world. I mean, kids always want to copy the older generation. They always want to do what the next generation is doing. They're always looking to the older kids to see what they're doing, and the older kids are looking to the young adults to see what they're doing, and the young adults are looking to the middle-aged people to see what they're doing, and they're looking up. It's like this constant looking up thing where we kind of have no direction because we're constantly trying to either do something unique in comparison or follow formulas of success that the environment no longer kind of caters to. It just doesn't. It's not as simple as you like to believe. It's not as difficult as we could make it, but there is something to be done, and I think that kids should really take the time and enjoy themselves, you know? I mean, seriously, if a kid doesn't have an iPad, he's socially ostracized, and I don't think that's fair, but I remember being a kid. If you didn't have this, that, and the other, you got ostracized. But I think if we kind of put it in these kids' minds, the precious and unique experience that they have in their childhood, they would be able to make a more informed decision instead of worrying about what makes you popular, what doesn't make you popular. They can just go, hey, I am going to do this because it's something I can understand and experience as a kid that as an adult will give me unique advantages in my environment through this learning experience. So I'm going to put this iPad down because I've got my entire life to do that. I'm going to take the advantages that I have available to me as a child and really learn and enjoy my childhood. And they're not getting it. They're stuck doing this. This is what they do all the time. And that was something that was the advantage to us at our development because of the way things were moving and progressing. Now they got free-to-play games that are essentially trying to dip into their pockets every time they push a damn button. So it's something that they need to step back and look at and understand how we experience it so that they can continue on the experiences that we have because of the advantages of the development of the product at the point in time that we had it. It's gotten so damn far, they want to charge you for every damn thing. They want to time the game, charge you to actually play the game, and then after they charge you to play the game, they make the gameplay more fun the more money you spend. Gaming would have never gone anywhere if that is how it started. And so if we want to preserve the cool things in life, we got to really look at our younger generation and just say, hey, fuck that. Seriously. I don't want kids growing up thinking that it's okay to be charged to save your game or charged to jump. You know, we need to give them a firm platform to continue on the hobbies that we enjoy so that things don't move in a direction that takes away the advantages. You know, we as older generation have to preserve that, and that's just concerning gaming. Just think about all of the other more complex and difficult ideas that we can share with younger generations to really give a stability to paths of life leading to success. You know, we gotta basically we gotta get the formula to this stuff. You know, there's a formula to success, and the communication between the generations is the only true way to establish respect and understanding and progress. Alright, well, that's all I wanted to share with you guys, and thanks for watching my video. If you have anything you'd like to add or any comments that you'd like to make, be sure to leave them below, and as always, keep on rocking. Okay, I'm working on it, okay? I'm not sure if I'm going to say that shit at the end of every video. Keep on rocking. The fuck am I thinking? Keep on jamming? Let's jam. Yeah, man. Rock. I don't know.